Hi guys, it's Amazing Purple Girl, back with Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, Reforged. This is part 14. In the last part, I managed to get George killed because something was going on with me thinking I clicked the hotspot, but seems I didn't. Looking back when I was editing, but I still disagree. I think it was unfair. But here we are, we have just returned back from Syria and we are going to go to Montfaucon. I thought the policeman had moved on. Okay. I didn't remember him coming back. Yes, here is the priest we need to talk to. Let's look at him first.
A priest stood by the pews, energetically polishing something.
Good. It's kind of something that we need him for.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Oh, good.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
Only a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest.
Oh.
Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Okay. How about my chalice?
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, yes, please.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Look around, we shall. And we're going to do something over here. By my teachings, you shall see the light.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove. Hey!
What you see now, Georgie?
A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. MCCCXIV. That's
1314. Oh, let's ask the priest about that, shall we?
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Okay.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The burning man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times, people have claimed to have seen the burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing.
I wonder why.
Perhaps the light has to be just so for the
Exactly.
figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens.
Or both. Right, so we have a nice clean chalice.
Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
It was hard to believe it was the same chalice. Now the light gleamed off its perfect surface.
Okay, so he said the corner one. I think I need to look at, not view. Or the other way around. I don't know.
No. It couldn't be. Could it?
Oh, okay, I was alright doing that.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Okay. Let's go talk to Nico. I'm sure you're not supposed to be there, policeman.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an insolent wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Yep.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Bang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings?
Oh.
At last,
In fact, I do remember
someone's
this.
taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sieur Jacques.
Yep.
Who?
You.
Sieur Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city.
Can't
He
speak.
pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sieur Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Sure it's not Spring-Heeled Jack.
Who is this Sieur Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur,
You were there.
Wow, is that the time?
and an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian.
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
True. Yes, I do remember that exchange now. Right, see if Nico has any words of wisdom. Hi, honey.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm home.
Fine, George.
I'm back from Syria.
I sold this story this morning. It won't make me journalist of the year, but I can't afford to pay the electric bill. What have you been up to?
Listen, remember the missing Spanish Templar? I found his tomb in the church at Montfaucon.
So he's dead, then?
I wish you wouldn't be so sarcastic.
Rude.
I was only joking, Georges. The Countess will be delighted.
Yeah, maybe this will help lift the curse.
Maybe.
What now? Are you going to dig up his bones?
There's no need for that. Well, not yet. What I still don't understand is the significance of the chalice.
Well.
Yes, there must be something we're missing.
Yeah, she already knew we were back from Syria. That's where we went. Silly me. Because I came out of her apartment and ended the episode. Right, okay. So, do we now go back to Spain?
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Oh, no, maybe I don't. Because I haven't finished with the chalice. That makes sense. Right. Try the museum. There's Lebanon.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
Yep.
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map. While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It
Handy.
was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Just happened to have been unearthed while we were on this chase. Well, I suppose that does make sense, actually.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Okay, well, I think we ought to check that out.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
The site de Baphomet. What's it? Right, let's go in. Wonder which door it is.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
Not that one then. Wonder if it's the one with the guard outside.
That guard had been put here to guard something. My guess was that the excavation was behind that door.
Yeah, mine and yours both. Hello, guard.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
nothing at all?
Is this a
He's the only
test?
one.
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
So everyone else we asked knows something. He knows nothing.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy, I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
I have a feeling he ain't that bright.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Au revoir. Well, I don't think we're going to get in that way. Look at this thermostat.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall.
Wonder if we can mess about with that.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
Can we talk to the guard about it?
Hi again.
What is it?
We can.
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Gloves, you say? Right.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Let's go this way. What's this?
The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
Hello? Painter?
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
I'm not asking about Templars.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job.
His little pot of paint.
Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So how did you get the job then?
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but
You couldn't be bothered to join.
right. Tell you what, though.
I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation. What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation? None of them look like archaeologists to me. Do you know what an archaeologist looks like? Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster. But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Exactly.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right. So, who are they? Who cares as long as they pay me?
Could be Neo-Templars.
Be seeing you. Au revoir, monsieur.
Right. So, can we get in the toilet?
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door is locked, monsieur.
Why?
Hi again.
What is it?
Trying to get into a locked washroom.
Yeah.
I had the strongest feeling of deja vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
You mean I don't need to go and get someone's toilet brush?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, so just gonna go in here with the world's biggest spider web. It's not as big as it is in the. Hang on. Yeah, there it is. Absolutely freaking massive. Thank God they got rid of that. Right. So where is it? Oh, looking at the sink.
I didn't want to use that unless I really had to.
That wasn't looking. That was trying to use it. Soap, though. Here we go. That's what I need. Gonna make a key.
I made an impression of the big key and the cake of soap.
Then we're going to actually... Well, that was the impression. We're now going to make the key.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
Gonna get the plaster wet. No? Do we not need to do that? I thought we did.
I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
Oh, hang on then. Do I... Now turn it on. Oh, tap.
The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
Maybe it's just with the taps. Yes. It's very picky. Dry it. I don't need to do that. George does that. He's going to wonder what on earth we're doing in here.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Maybe. I wonder where we've seen something that might make it look more like metal. Oh.
Hey, monsieur.
Oh, you want your keys
Don't
back?
go with my keys.
Tough. I want your keys. Right, yep.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Right. I think we have to try to use his paint pot and he tells us to go away.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot. Okay. I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Puh.
But Right, now you talk to us.
Killer.
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Goodbye, George.
No, wait a minute. I need your help.
What?
What kind of help? I told you I'm busy.
This will only take a few minutes,
Rude.
I promise.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Stay on the
no,
line. I'll go and get him.
no questions asked.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
Phone.
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Sure she did.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Okay, you do that. And I'll nick some paint. Let's have a look.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
I wonder how we can make it fool the guard.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah, well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Right. Have I got time to do this? No. I'm so sorry. I'm going to leave it there, actually, because it's going to take another few minutes to get this bit done. So we'll leave the getting into the excavation site for the next one, and then we go back to Spain. So yeah, I'll get to see the new Baphomet site in the next one. So what's after Spain? Oh yeah, no, Spain is going to take most of it. I'm actually quite confident I can do Spain in one video this time, not like Syria. And then I think we're near the end, so I'm going to stop gabbing because it's taking up more of the time that I'm trying to save. And that will be it for now. So come back to join George in the site and then back in Spain. We'll do that next week. The next one's going to air on Christmas Day. So, Christmas present, Spain. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. So, bye-bye.